loves even the honor of coming in there. And she sees his desk put together the way that it is. And then one day the dad comes in and he changes the desk around. And the daughter gets so upset. She's like heartbroken. She's like, you ruined it. You ruined. He said, I ruined what? She said, you ruined the desk. It doesn't go that way. I've been coming in here every day looking at your desk, and now it looks different and it's not the right way. You got to move it back. And he's like, no, honey, it doesn't have to always be the same way. It can be okay different ways. And she was just so frustrated by having that concept because it just, her comfort was it's this way and it's going to be this way. Right. And unfortunately in life, if the minute you get comfortable, God says, hold on. Here it comes. My mom says, you want to hear God laugh? Tell him you got a plan.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So,
right, because yippee-ki-yay, here it goes.
I got a real life analogy that made me think about this, and a lesson for leaders that I learned the hard way multiple times, and I didn't think I've got it now. I hope. So I was a coxswain for a short period of time, and we would train in Okinawa, and we would go out to the mile marker, and we'd get dropped off in these little Zodiac boats and so forth. And I was driving the boat. We'd assemble them real quick in the water, and then we'd start swimming to shore and bring the scout swimmers out and stuff. And so
we know it well.
Yeah. Okay. So as we were coming in, there was a tower. Essentially, think of it like a lighthouse that we could see, which was essentially our marker from a mile out. Now, as we went there, though, in our little flying V, mighty duck wedge, we weren't going to take a straight line. We had to maneuver back and forth like this. As coxswains, we knew that. The scout swimmers didn't all know that. They had a different job. They just knew we were transport. We got them where they needed to go. But I remember one night, it's cold, it's raining, the waves are going, we're jumping, we're doing our thing, trying to hold a V tight. And I remember one of the swimmers up there, and he's using some choice words. And he was like, basically, because they're getting bounced around and everything, because we would turn and go against the waves, and they'd come slapping down and hit the gunnel and stuff. And I remember him yelling back at me as if it was my fault that we're in water. But you're a Marine, bro, you're in water. So, but anyway, he's yelling back at me, and I'm yelling back at him, whatever. So, yeah. But we're doing our thing. But here's the thing: as a coxswain, I knew the drill, I knew what we were doing, and so and this is the leadership lesson. The light, if you will, is a straight line, but we were going in a pattern like this to get there, even around sometimes reefs and stuff like that. And as we're doing that, to them, you guys are going all over the place. I thought, think of it as a business decision. I thought we were all going left. This week, now all of a sudden, everybody's got to go right. What does management even know? They don't know what they're doing. Every week, they got a new idea. And from the rank and file position, they don't recognize the leader has a straight path, and it might be 12 months out, but the adaptation is going to go like this as we get there. And we have to make you adapt and overcome instantly in the moment and course correct to get back to the light. And so many times I don't communicate well enough to the rank and file. And what ends up happening is a month goes by and I hear murmurings, man, every week Chris is going a different direction. I'm thinking, look how close we are to the peak. We're almost there. And they're thinking we're all over the place. And I'm like, you will see that we're right about at the lighthouse. And all you think is we're going left and right and left and right. And so I've learned after being burned many times from just assuming everybody else understands that you have to communicate that to most people.
And I'll tell you, in order for that whole thing to work out, and everything you said is spot on. That was a great analogy. Trust is required, right? That rescue swimmer on the bow has got to trust the coxswain, is doing the best job they can do. And guess what? Your job is to suck it up in the bow, bro, because